Well, hello, everybody. Great to see you again. We've got Chris here. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Well done. He's a good, obedient boy, is our friend Chris. So it's been a fairly busy week for me because I'm in Thailand. I leave tomorrow morning. So it's been a bit hard for me to catch up with any EV or renewable stories, but I did see something on electric trucks that intrigued me.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That's cool, but I reckon I might be able to do one better. Maybe a truck that can put out electric vehicle fires. Because I like to stir
Yes,
it.
I saw that one as well. An electric truck that can put out.
Yeah,
There were
there's
some
that.
comments on that electric fire engine that, well, it can put itself out if it catches fire, or words to that effect.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely. And we'll go into that for sure. I also want to talk about the future of energy in Australia. And no, we're not going to talk nuclear today, Nigel. We're not.
Oh, no,
Well,
dearie me. I was hoping we could talk nuclear rubbish.
not today. But anyway, Nigel,
Dear.
you want to go up first, and let's talk about what was it again? Trucks.
Well, yeah, there were two stories I saw in electric.com. One was on Renault electric trucks.
Yep.
And the other one was on Actos electric trucks that they're trialing out, and they've got 30 or something electric trucks.
Cool. A Mercedes E-Actros.
Yes.
Try saying that quickly.
Can you bring that up on screen?
Not for you. It's there.
Oh.
I guarantee it. It is on screen. It is on screen.
That's very good. I'm glad you can see it.
Yes.
But I
it's
can't.
There.
Okay. So I'm just going to
have.
to.
I should mention for those playing at home. If I share with Nigel through the other way, we're going to get Inception picture on picture. So we're not doing that. No, but it's definitely there, Nigel. So which one you want to talk about, the Mercedes Actros E-Actros first, or you want to talk about the Renault?
Which one have you got up on the screen there?
Well, right now I've got the Renault.
Oh, okay. You've got the Renault. I will just have to bring up the Renault here. So they're according to this article, they're getting ready for long distance. Now I know we've got the big truck from Elon, which will do 400 miles or something ridiculous. But these have got a maximum range of 300 kilometers, which is not a whole heap, but I'm hopeful that they will eventually increase the battery size on these. So they've got a 600 kilometer range coming in a couple of years. Which is what? Is that about not quite 400 miles, isn't it? It's about 380 miles.
You're asking the person here, Nigel. I am metric born and bred.
Yeah, well, I was born and bred with miles and pounds, shillings and pence. I have converted over to metric, but it's about 380 miles, give or take a bit. So, I mean, this is the way to go. I know a lot of people are talking hydrogen for trucks, and there are also some really stupid people that are talking hydrogen for cars. I mean, that should be done and dusted. It's absolute lunacy. Hydrogen for ships is a possibility for big things, but not cars, and really not for trucks, I wouldn't suggest. I mean, these have got batteries, and look, electric is the way to go. If they can get their range up a bit, then they'll be good to go. And the ones from the Mercedes, they've just done their E-Actros 600, and they've been running them in Norway, which, as you know, is a bit chilly there.
Is it just? I did not know this.
I was I did not know this. a Christmas a year ago, 18 months ago, and
Yeah.
it was minus lots in
Wow.
centigrade. But the e-Actros 600, they've driven them a long way just to trial them out.
Yep.
And they're going great guns. Now, one thing that I have seen a few people talk about was somewhere wanted to put 30 electric trucks in and needed to put in some chargers, and it was going to take more power than the whole city, and it was a complete shambles. Sorry. It's amazing how some of these stories get started and then reiterated time and time again. I've got somebody on Facebook who keeps posting out these idiotic things that are just
there's always that one.
a water engine. Do you remember that story? I mean, it was from about 20 years ago. This engine will run on only water, nothing else. It'll hydrolyze water into hydrogen and oxygen and then recombine them to produce electricity for the motion. Hold on a moment. Sorry. How's that going to work? I just got no idea. But this guy was spouting, no, this is going to be good. And they killed him because it was going to put petrol companies out of business.
Yeah.
It was actually an investment scam. But you know, it keeps coming forwards again. I mean,
I feel sorry for him.
But I think electric trucks, Tesla has shown it with their Semi that it can haul their almost 80 tons quite happily.
Yeah.
And look, it's got to be the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm with you. I don't see the need when they're developing these trucks that can do what 300, 600, even the Tesla, which what 750 or 850 kilometers. You know, I think most truck drivers are required to take a break after 5 hours of driving. Pretty certain.
Well, they're supposed to.
Yeah. So you know, they could maybe just take one stop for 20 minutes to have a coffee and to rest up on the way between Melbourne and Sydney, if that's the thing they have to do.
Plug it into a megawatt charger and boost it a bit.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you know, there's no need for hydrogen. Yeah, hydrogen need not apply. So here's.
But the one thing that is true is that there aren't enough megawatt chargers around the place. But just like in Western Australia, there aren't enough 150 kilowatt chargers. It's happening, and I'm sure that if people wanted to put in some megawatt chargers, they could, and they will.
Yeah, right. I mean that'll come because you know that's what trucks are going to need. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you stick them on a megawatt charger, and they can charge in half an hour. And same as we can stick our EVs on a standard charger and charge it for half an hour. It's a nice little break.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just showing the folks at home that there's, you know, this infographic here with some trucks pulled into what looks to be some fancy charging bays. And, you know, this no doubt is what Shell and other, you know, petrol companies, BP, no doubt, are looking into right now. I bet you they've got the plans already drawn up. And we know this is already happening overseas. So as much as this is a company trying to spruik its wares and, you know, what they can do, and this is a 1.2 megawatt rapid charger. It's yeah, you know, there's no mystery here. The technology exists. We've solved it. We just need to get on with that and install it, basically.
Yes. Now, as you know, in Western Australia, we did have a bit of a shortage on DC charging for cars. I mean, it's getting better, but as I've said, I'm here in Thailand, and I've been down to Pattaya, and I've just spent the last couple of days down in Hua Hin, which is that's on opposite sides of the Gulf of Thailand. Hua Hin's on the western coast. And I was just astounded on the way down. It's a 3.5 hour drive.
Yep.
Every other petrol station has got a big, and I mean big sign
Yeah.
saying EV charger.
Oh,
And so I checked on Plugjet. They've all got 1 or 2 50 kilowatt plus DC chargers.
oh yeah.
And even when I got into Hua Hin,
Yeah.
there were shopping centres with 3 or 4 DC chargers there.
Yeah.
And condominiums, which are like, you know, your units and flats in multi-story things, they're very popular here. They've got destination chargers in them. And they're just all over the place. There's even, I think, in Hua Hin, a 3-stall Tesla supercharger. You cannot walk 50 meters without being able to charge.
Yeah.
It's just astounding. And the prices are very reasonable, because over here, electricity is 4 baht government rate per kilowatt. And that translates to between 15 and 20 cents. And these chargers are charging between 8 and 9 baht, which is, 30 to 40 cents per unit of electricity that you're sticking into your car. So it's very reasonable. I don't know what the Tesla superchargers charge at.
Yeah. Are you seeing then like a lot of electric vehicles over there?
Massive amount.
Right.
Humongous. I think they sold 70,000 electric vehicles in 2023 here.
Wow.
Of which the majority were BYD. But as I put out a video a few days ago on the electric vehicles that I saw, but I've actually seen Wuling as well now. And
that sounds like a person. Is that a person or a car? What are we talking about here?
Wuling.
Wuling. Hi, Wuling. So, I feel like I'm seeing you for the first time.
So I saw quite a few interesting cars. The Xpeng G6. I have just seen that has opened up for pre-orders in Australia, Melbourne company. And if you go into xpeng.com.au, it comes up.
Yeah.
And they're making pre-orders, $1,000 fully refundable deposit. They'll let you know the price in September. But I think they're going to have the 2. They're going to have a standard range and something that they've called long. And it's got a long range. It's something like 570 kilometers WLTP.
Yeah.
Which means, well, at 480, give or take a bit, possibly. That's with an 88.5. Oh, I've forgotten. Maybe if you can pull it up on there.
Yeah. I'm cycling through some pictures of the vehicle right now, so it looks very nice. Looks very nice.
It's a Model Y competitor. It's priced well under the Model Y, and if you look at the Chinese thing, it's priced under the Model Y. So I'm assuming that the standard range will come in under the standard range Model Y in Australia, and the long will come in under the long range Model Y.
Okay.
I sat in one and played around with it, and you know what? It's not bad.
Cool.
Not bad.
Very good. Love it. All right, I've got a good one for you, and I'm excited about this, and it's kind of very nerdy of me, and that is about that the Australian Standards Group, which admittedly is seriously a glorified business lobby group, have drafted and basically this is done really, written into regulation as to that Australia can and should actually be ready for vehicle to grid and vehicle to home, and this is a real godsend. I know, a real godsend, because a bit of context for those who don't know about the Australian New Zealand Standards Group, that it's an amalgamation of different special interest people. So a good example that I know very well is water quality, and if that group who meet together about water quality, they might be comprised of company representatives from water filter companies, chlorination companies, you name it, right? So there's vested interest in this body, and they dream up these world's best standards. But basically, because it's the industry body group, which is, I think it's really endorsed by the Australian government as well, it then becomes just policy by government, so therefore by businesses at large. You're compelled to follow, because if you don't follow, you'll be questioned as to why aren't you following the Australian standard on this? Yeah.
And then they fine you.
Yeah, exactly. So this is great because to date, we've only had very bespoke studies done in different places around Australia. It's only involved Nissan Leafs really because of the Chatamo adapter that enables that bi-directional stuff. But what actually,
Yeah.
CCS can do it too. Let's be honest, CCS can do it as well. But this is, I think, great news because we can start thinking more smartly, for want of a better term, about actually powering Australia with your car. And I saw a video. I didn't see a video. I saw a picture of Andrew Bolshy probably jumping his high horse saying, "We don't need this." And it's like, mate, we need this. We need this. And, just today in Victoria, we had some blackouts. And imagine if most of 80% of Australians had electric vehicles that could do vehicle to grid or vehicle to home as a standard and didn't require any sort of special study or any special, you name it, legislation. It was actually just a part and parcel of the Australian home now. That, the very near future, just like we're seeing with building regulations catching up with apartments, how we can now actually, there had to be some way for EV charging to be a thing for them. Same too, I'm really hopeful now that we're going to be getting this for vehicle to grid and vehicle to home. So
yes, hopefully with the Teslas, one day they might actually allow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the inverter on board that does it.
Yep.
And I mean, so many cars nowadays that are not Tesla can do vehicle to load.
Yep.
So I mean, you can go and plug your fridge in if you need to. Even the Xpeng has got vehicle to load.
Yep.
That's coming.
Yes, exactly.
So
and I'm just I am trying to look up about this. Yes.
So yeah, it's definitely needed. I mean,
I'm trying to look up. Just talk amongst yourself for a second, because I did see. Did you share this last week? We talked about this last week.
Shared what?
About vehicle to load from a Tesla.
Oh, that was a week ago. I've been so busy doing things here in Thailand, I can't remember. But it's annoying that it doesn't.
Yes.
But I mean, you've got your virtual power plant, so you've got your home battery that can put out to the grid if needed. It's just regulations here in Australia get a bit, well, we can't have that. That's not allowed. But over in America, all the Tesla Powerwalls have joined a VPP and will supply and sell the power back to the grid during blackouts and so on, or in times of extra demand.
Yep.
And they sell it at 10 times what it's being bought for. If you buy back power, you're making a profit if you sell it.
Yep. That's it, right? And the potential for this is huge. And like for people who have got solar, they can be making and selling electricity, which is just people with petrol cars. They probably can't even fathom the idea of that at the moment. And so it'd be great to actually see this legislated, not just as an Australian standard, but I think it will follow.
You've got a 60 or an 80 kilowatt hour battery sitting there that could provide, even if it's only your own home, enough for several days.
Yes. It's huge, right? Definitely very huge.
Yeah, it is something that will come, I am sure.
Yeah.
But I just wish it would come sooner, and all these bureaucracies would get up off their lazy sit-upons and do something about it.
Definitely. Now, I'm showing a picture here as a bit of a awkward segue to electric vehicle fires, and it's a picture of a Polestar that's been damaged in a bit of a bingle, and it's got some good front end damage there, and it's been towed away by a tow truck, I believe, in America somewhere. And you know, amazingly, I see no signs of a fire there. And interestingly, in one of the Facebook forums this week, a poster actually said, "I attended this most painful talk by a firefighter about, you know, vehicle fires," and he went on and on and on about electric vehicle fires being so dangerous, they should be banned, they should be taken off the road, and every single scene he attends with electric vehicles, there's a fire. And
well, he doesn't attend very many then, does he?
Yeah, naturally, this got everyone in this you know, electric vehicle forum group like raging mad, and thankfully the guys from the EV Fire database, forget the one, that Emma, and I forget the other guy's name, the joint founders of it, they promised to actually follow up with this, you know, company or with the fire brigade in question to do some education, because as we know, you know, electric vehicle fires are very seldom and few and far between. So I digress, though. I digress. And
I mean, I've actually come across some a post that said in the last 12 years there have not been 500 electrical fires from an EV in the world.
Yes. Yeah.
There's only been 6 in Australia. Only something like 350 have been verified electric vehicle fires, and some more are still under investigation. So the total number of fires involving EV has only been about 500 in the world in 12 years. But you get 1,600 petrol fires a week or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A bit more. Not many, just a little bit.
Yeah. So there's I'm showing on screen now, Victoria's first electric fire truck is driving innovation. This is a media press release from the Victorian government, and talking about how they've gone and purchased a fancy fire truck, which after some consultation and, you know, specifications and stuff like that, is coming soon and will be in service early 2025. And of course, we're going to be seeing the people like Mr. Bolt probably sharing stories around how this fire truck is going to be causing its own fire. So I look forward to that, and also Channel 7 and Channel 9 and all those, you know, current affair type programs. They'll do the same, won't they?
Well, if they're all owned by Murdoch, then maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully that just quickly passes and people get used to them, and they're like, you know, they'll hear the fire truck coming and the sirens will drown out the drone of the electric motors, and they won't even realize it's actually a electric fire truck. So there you go.
All right. In America, many police departments are buying Teslas and electric vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great for pursuits because they've got that massive torque. They can get up and go.
Not only that, but they're saving themselves so much money that they can actually now afford to hire 2 more police officers per station. So, yeah.
There you go. All right, next story is Australia. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I'm going to butcher this. This is about the big battery. All right, just for context here. This group, here we go. You ready? You ready, Nige? It sounds Japanese almost. The Acacia. Oh my God, it's Acacia. There you go. I got there. Okay, I got there. They've secured funding, $650 million, to create the world's biggest battery, and this is significant for a few reasons. This is going to be the first battery in Australia, because there's others worldwide that already do this, by the way, that's not involved in actually just balancing and keeping our national grid happy, you know, with frequency control and stuff like that. No, this is actually going to be used for capturing energy to be used to deliver back into the grid. So we're talking about 200 megawatts of power, which is basically your gas peaker plant. This is designed to replace your gas peak of plant, and this is significant. And it's got to be huge. Hang on, I want to do that. I've got to do this. This is huge. There we go. That was dramatic.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
Good.
Dramatic.
Very
So
dramatic.
thank you very much. I try. So 1,660 megawatt hours of energy. Now, you might recall the big battery in Australia started, I believe, at 250 megawatt hours, and then was bumped up to about 400, 450. We've got a similar one already in Victoria down in Geelong. That's about the 400 size. Then back in the big battery in Adelaide, South Australia rather, they've increased it again, but it's still not that big. We're talking maybe 600 megawatt hours, yeah? This thing is going to be 1,660 megawatt hours. It's going to be the world's largest electric battery. And it's going to be coming soon to the northwest sort of central area of New South Wales. And I pulled up a map because I didn't understand where the hell this thing was. And for those who can see the map now, Nigel, you can't, but it's there. Yeah, it's there. It's in the Dubbo Regional LGA. There you go. So and okay, I can't help myself, Nigel. I'm going to say it. This is going to be built by 2026 and operational, which is about the time that a committee might get together to talk about nuclear energy. Just saying. Yeah.
Yes.
I had to say.
No, I'm not going to say anything.
I had to say it.
Somebody, when I got back here today, I've only been back into this condo for an hour or so. But I quickly went onto Facebook to send you a message, and then somebody had put up a post, and it was all about nuclear fission, nuclear things, and it was good. It was about the Hinkley overrun, and I just corrected a few things, and then I got a few likes on that comment, and I said, look, I think before we get nuclear fusion, we'll get nuclear fission. I mean, personally, I'm using nuclear fission all the time. It's sun's rays hitting my roof, converted into power. Yeah. Honestly, I think that Potato Head has got his potatoes gone off.
Oh, mate. I know. I hear you. Now, the last one for me, and I wish I could actually show you what this looked like beforehand. Do you remember? Oh, there it is. I've got a picture. And I'll get this picture up before I actually change screens back. Do you remember the concept of Tesla, who were developing think of a service station meets a diner meets a rapid charger? Do you remember that concept art that was put out 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah. He's building one.
He is. And so I'm just showing the folks at home now that picture of that concept art, and it looks all very futuristic, retro 60s meets, I don't know what sort of Art Deco-y type of vibe there I'm getting. Definitely. And it's now under construction, and there's a YouTube channel, 247 Tesla. I'll send you a link, Nigel, so you can put it on so people can actually go look at it. He's got his drone out and he's captured some great video of it. And it looks like what we saw in the actual concept art. And it looks huge. It looks really huge. I want to see something like this in Australia. And I think most Americans, if they're not in California, they're going to be very jealous of this, and they'll be like, I would like to actually have this ourselves, please. And right now, there's a very boring picture of some metal work. Oh, there we go. Now he's doing some really awkward zoom ins. Oh, there we go. Great. We've got some drone footage back again. He's panning down, and that's not a good picture. Oh, there we go. We've got a good picture again. I can't wait to see this. I wish I could go see it in real life, to be honest. But
where is it?
Los Angeles.
LA, yeah.
LA. So, and it definitely suits the vibe of LA. And this is going to have
I won't see this until I get the recording and then watch it, because I don't have what he's got.
You were breaking up there, Nigel. If you were saying something, I didn't hear that.
Probably the internet here is a bit iffy.
Right. You have frozen on screen. Yeah. I'm gonna just hello, folks. You're back.
Yes, my internet connection
Yeah,
is a
exactly.
bit iffy at the
Technical.
moment. Are we back?
Yes.
Good.
You're back. You're back, but you're the frame rate's dropped to 1 per second for you. Oh, there we go. Now we're good. We're good. Excellent.
Yeah. I'm supposed to have a really good Wi-Fi connection,
Yeah.
but it goes up and down a bit.
Mm-hmm. No worries. No worries. Cool. So yeah, look, that was it for me, and it's always fun as usual, Nige.
Yeah. So for those at home, I can't see what he's got on his screen that you can until I get this downloaded afterwards, and then I can look at it. So
Yeah.
I probably am making absolutely no sense.
That's cool. Yeah, the promise of what this is it's nothing new really, but it's interesting that Tesla's decided to even build it. It is basically a lounge for people to use when they're waiting for the car to charge, or actually go to a diner to have a coffee and maybe a snack or hopefully some good food. Who knows? And probably there'll be merchandise there as well. So just think of a glorified service station for electric vehicle owners. I think that will
Yeah.
appeal to actually a lot of clientele.
Yeah, look, it will certainly appeal to Americans. I don't know about Australians. Do you reckon? I mean, we're into the diner fad back from the what was it, 50s?
Well, you're talking to a Melbourneian here, so it's got good coffee. You will get them in. I guarantee it.
True. Yes, look, if it's got good coffee, I'm there.
Yeah. But let's face it, America, sorry, you don't have good coffee. So just come to Australia. We'll treat you good. We'll treat you real good.
Yes. Yes. Well, good coffee there is Starbucks.
That's not good coffee.
Yeah, that's the best coffee, I reckon.
Starbucks do not serve good coffee. Period. Changed my mind. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so that's it, mate.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I'm, as I said, I fly back tomorrow, so hopefully next week I'll be sitting at home with my reasonable internet, which is NBN fiber to the premise rather than a Wi-Fi connection here. And things will look a little bit better because I'm using my cam on the laptop, which is probably not the best, and the microphone on the laptop.
Cool.
Oh well.
Oh well. All
better
good.
than nothing.
Yes, exactly. All right.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well,
I think we'll be ending it there.
I'll steal the screen for a second. Just production update from me for your kind folks who are watching. I did the most silliest thing this last week. I was editing the Volvo EX30 video and ignoring my Kia EV9 video. I was just a lot more interested to see how I could edit fast with the EX30. And guess what? I had inadvertently last weekend deleted one of my timelines for my Kia EV9, which included all my A-roll that I had already edited. So I basically spent this last weekend redoing an entire project.
Talking of the EX30, which we talked about last week, do you know what I've seen in one of the showrooms here for Volvo? An EX40.
What?
Yes.
What's an EX40?
I don't know. It was just slightly bigger than an EX30, and
Wow.
it got EX40 on it. I'm going, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shook.
Never heard of it.
Same. I bet you a viewer will know what it is, but come
on, go if you know what about the EX40.
Yeah, I'll look it up and I'll let you know. You can look on your end too.
You look on my end.
Yeah. EX40, the full electric SUV. All right, okay. It's there we go. Okay, it's just the XC40. But
renamed.
Renamed for the UK. So they've taken that sort of stuff.
It didn't look like an XC40 recharge.
Yeah.
It looked like a slightly puffed up EX30. But still.
It's definitely has that same look of the the cross country CX 40. Oh my God, Volvo. Anyway,
Yes.
just can you make it? Can you make your names a bit different? I don't know. Is that fair comment? I
Yeah.
think it is. Tesla Y,
Yes.
Model Y rather. Tesla Model 3, S, X. I guess they're similar as well. So I'll give them that. I'll give them that. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And as I said, I've just put out a video a couple of days ago on the EVs that are available here, and they're all right-hand drive. And then I found out today that you can pre-order the Xpeng G6, which is an SUV Model Y size. You can order that now, pre-order it. Prices to be advertised in September.
Cool.
But it basically means, I mean, Zeekr are coming. There's Neta or Neta, N-E-T-A. They're big here. BYD's obviously here and in Australia. Aeon, there's a lot of right-hand drive EVs, and they're all, guess which country they're coming from?
Wow.
China.
Huh.
They're all Chinese.
Okay.
And they're priced lower here because I found out that Thailand and China have got a free trade agreement.
Ah, okay.
So, because I was thinking, oh, how much are they paying in, import duties and so on? They got a free trade agreement.
Yeah, cool.
So that's why they're pretty reasonably priced here.
Yes. There you go. All right, cool. Well, anyway, I better let you go. You got your dinner to go to tonight?
Yeah, we've got something to sort out soon. And yes. So thanks very much, Chris. Great talking to you again. And don't forget, make some comments below if you can tell us more about the EX40. And of course, there's a like and subscribe button down there. You've got to click those because it costs you nothing.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Nigel. Yeah, mate. You have a lovely another week over there. I'll be very jealous.
No, I fly back tomorrow.
Oh, is it the second week already?
We've only been here 10 days.
Oh, okay.
It was just a short trip. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks very much, Chris.
All right.
And see you all next week.
Cool. Thanks, Nigel. See you later.
Bye.